Hi there. Whatever martial art you do, whether it's mixed martial arts, um, kickboxing, right through to arts like internal arts like Tai Chi, there are certain things that will be very beneficial if you can have them in place. They're kind of tools of the trade, but these are the things that were never really taught to me right from the start. And if someone had mapped them out and taught me to get these skills first, it would have meant learning martial arts would have been much easier for me. I mean, the things that we normally work on in martial arts, very important to us, are things like speed, power, and the ability to learn. What we really want is a tension free, internally connected, rooted body, and we want an aware, focused, and sensitive mind. How do we get these? How do we develop them? Generally speaking, in most of our training, we get this information, but it can come in the form of some kind of mystical mumbo jumbo or something that's very difficult to understand. It's explained in a vague and nebulous way. And yet, actually, it is quite straightforward. I've spent hours sitting in zazen in Japanese martial arts classes, spent hours in standing pole in Kung Fu and Tai Chi. Without the explanation that I really needed. To get this aware, focused and sensitive mind, we need the mind to be aware. The mind is aware if we've got enough oxygen coming into the brain. That's what brightens your mind. How do we get enough oxygen to the brain? Obviously by learning how to breathe deeply and properly. And when we're learning how to breathe, what we realise is that we actually need good posture, because if we're contorted or twisted in any way, it stops that process from being able to function. So to get this aware and engaged mind, we use a process that I call continuous naegong. Now, whether you sit in meditation, whether you're kneeling down, sitting down, standing, or whatever, there are certain important things that you need to be in place. You need to learn good posture and good balance. You need to learn how to breathe deeply and properly. And then as the mind becomes bright, it's kind of like a light. A light can be very bright, but it shines out everywhere. You need to turn your mind into like a torch beam so you can hold and sustain your focus on one thing. If I'd learned this at school, I'd have passed all my exams. But certainly, when I did finally learn it, it wasn't even in martial arts. It was in a Buddhist monastery. But then I was able to apply it to martial arts. Now, I call this process continuous naegong. Going to a martial arts club 2 or 3 times a week for a couple of hours at a time is never going to do it. You need to be able to do this and sustain it all the time that you're awake. So you need to keep your mind engaged and intelligent as such, so that all the time that you're moving around, whether you're on a bus, train, sitting at a desk, walking, talking, your mind remains bright and engaged in what you're doing and focused. And to do that, you need to sustain good posture, good breathing. Okay, so this is the process of continuous naegong. Good posture, good breathing, getting the mind bright, keeping it engaged, and then continuously working on your emotional intelligence so that when your mind does get dull or it wanders, you can bring it back. It's like training a little puppy. You just keep bringing it back dispassionately. Bring it back, focus it again. Bring it back, focus it again. Don't get upset with yourself. Don't get annoyed. If you're finding something difficult, you have good days, you have bad days, but you've got to keep dispassionately bringing it back and just keep doing this again and again and again. And as you develop that, and then through the softening process down through the body, through a good set of Qigong exercises that will take your mind and your body through every move that it can do, and gradually softening it, you've got your basic tools for the job. You've got the thing that you need actually prior to learning your martial arts moves and techniques. You've got your tools for the trade, but you need to do it all the time. Thank you.